Okay, you guys. No, this isn't bourbon. Okay, so we're still running. We're running with the shadows of the night! Not with the League of Shadows. I don't know where I've heard that, somewhere in the movies, like on TV, unless I'm making it up or something. Okay. Okay. So, back. Okay. I thought I was gonna die. Okay, and then they have this lady coming out, saying she thought she was gonna die because someone tried to shoot her while she was in her garage, and then whatever that meant, that was a death threat against me. I thought that was really weird. And then they kind of knocked and hit my door outside. How is this happening? They can't get away with this, and they know it. Any other victims out there? Okay. Okay, we're calm down here, calm. Okay. So then, again, as I'm walking out, there are all these nurses that are blocking me in the hallway. They're like walking, threatening, like, and they did that outside too, with the the stalkers and stuff. And this time when I was leaving, again, and find out who they are. There are all these fake patients, and how are they scheduling them there? Even when I didn't announce my appointment, the same thing would happen. Let's say the nurses are finding out my appointment the day I come in, or even the week I come in. You can't schedule that many patients for the day I come in, before, during, and after. You can't schedule like 50 or 20 or 30. This time, every seat was full as I was leaving, and that's impossible. Either they're stalkers with no appointments, or the nurses that find out the scheduling deception. Then they're changing it live while I'm there. If the nurses are finding out on the same day that, hey, Nadia is going to be here on the list of patients, she comes in at 2 o'clock. Then they're changing it so all these stalkers can come in. Either they're real patients or they're stalkers. And they're all coming in the day the staff is changing the schedule. Because if the nurses know beforehand, months and months, and they know they're sneaking in my account, and which there would be a trace. And supposedly there's not, so I'm going both ways here. But if the nurses know months and months beforehand, then they're scheduling they're changing the scheduling. They're scheduling a bunch of fake real patients, or changing it to walk-ins for that. Either way, the nurses, whether they know ahead of time or not, or the schedule, I don't know if the nurses do a schedule. I heard they can. Whoever's doing the scheduling on the days I come in, this has been done since April of 2017. They're doing that. Find out who all those people are, because that's what they try and do. They're very threatening. They're intimidating. They yell, "Watch it. What are you doing here? You are not a Muslim." And the woman was like Chinese or Vietnamese, dressed in a burqa. And they're creating a dangerous, threatening environment. They're violent, a dangerous, threatening, violent environment. And pushing suicide. These nurses, doctor, all of them, a clerical receptionist, they're suicide assisters. They're all working here and making money. That's not right. And good women like me are getting fired and shafted. I'm sick of good women like me getting fired and shafted that never miss a day of work. And these crummy little shitbags, they're getting paid and this and that. And they get mad when they get criticized and blamed and questioned for it. They should be proud. I thought they'd be like, yeah, we're doing it because of this. Yeah, they should. That's how they should act. Out comes the quivering lip and look. Oh, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know, Naughty. Oh yeah, I don't know. She's making it all up. Oh, she's such a I don't know. And it's like, no, they're in on it and they're playing. But I'm like, why do they get so offended when they're criticized and stuff? They should be, you think bullies and harassers, it's a prerequisite. They need to be strong. They should be stronger than me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm the victim. And even I don't act like, when people ask them about her, they're like, I don't know her. Oh my God, I don't know her. Dumbasses, then don't do it. Okay, so anyway, you can't go up against me. You never have been. You never will. Well, then don't do it. Dumbasses. Anyway. That's the thing of stalking. What happens when you don't get what you want? What do you do then? Not that we're concerned about their well-being, but it's like this is what that's why they were mean about it. Because they knew it's none of their business. The person can easily say no and continue their life. So what do you do after? What if the person doesn't succumb? What if the person doesn't commit suicide? What if they don't move away? Then what? What if they want to deal with it right there? People say run, this, that, just in general. No. What if it follows you? Deal with it there in the same place. Fight. Not just fight, but don't run. Don't transfer. You see teenagers getting bullied in high school. I don't like it when they transfer. Sometimes it works, but I'm like, you have to teach them the other side, the other side of the coin. But what if it doesn't stop? Things like this don't stop. Like bombing, school shootings, crime. Everybody says we have to have laws stop it. Well, we have to deal with the current time here and now. There are no laws right now. And honestly, I don't think there will be. Maybe there will be, but it's been around since what? 1800, or since the beginning of time, which was year 1. Which turned into year 100. What is it called? BC or something? Year 100. I don't think it's going to go away. You have to learn how to deal with it. Learn how to continue your life. Suicide is not the only way out. You can I want you to know, you can continue your life. You can even find a job and stuff. I'm just meeting the wrong companies. There's just 3 of them. Merit CX, Live Ops, and Sykes. And they're just miserable, ugly, fat pigs, which is awesome. And, they're still, that's out of like 9 billion people. There's a market for people like me out there. Don't give up, keep trying. And that's the thing that really got me to see that this is all a setup. The more they tried harder, the more they try and make it like what happened today, that tells me, you're working very hard. It's easy when you know my schedule, because that's what people said. They're like, well, yeah, they're doing it through your phone. They're probably finding out where you go through Google. And I had no idea what they meant. I was like, no, my location's off. I had no idea Google. There's so many, like 10 different ways you can track people through Google. But I thought it was just a location on my phone, which was off. But they're like, well, yeah, it's easy to track you. People would say, well, yeah, it's easy to track you down, when they know your schedule ahead of time. I mean, that's how they're making it look like, they know where you are, I'm like, oh, yeah. And, and if I truly don't have a tracker on my car, and when I leave my phone at home, then that means the torture is better for them. That means they're just waiting, like on the northeast side of town. People have said that. I can see them doing that. They're that, now that you told me how obsessed they are. At first I dismissed it. I thought nobody's that nuts. But now I'm like, yeah, I can see them. If they didn't know my schedule and I don't have a tracker in my car, then yeah, the neighbors can easily send out a text and they're miserable, but they're not, of course they're going to hide it. Then yeah, I can see them hiding in all the parking lots in the north side of town, like Maplewood Plaza, Northwood Plaza, all the way up to the mall. I I can see that, and I've seen them do that. Like, I have no, if I had no tracker and I had no phone with me, I went to the mall to use a